Hi, my name is Madison Woods and I'm a member of Momentum Media Co. Throughout this video, I'll be reflecting on our group's production, evaluating our collaboration, creative development, and the key learnings that will inform our future work in this subject. So for our week 3 recording, which was our first one, our collaboration was initially very effective. We began our planning with a sort of roundtable discussion that was guided by the questions featured within the segment brief, and this allowed each of the members to share their ideas and make decisions easily. The turning point in this was my suggestion that we use the discourse mode to discuss the Timothy Chalamet controversy that was circulating the media at the time. And during our discussion, we discovered that Katie had a strong background in performing arts, and this actually strengthened our group's authority to discuss such a topic. Now, between planning and filming, we actually all shared a collection of media examples and articles with each other to collate evidence, but my specific contribution included the topic selection, background research, and segment brief input, which helped shape the discussion. However, my absence during filming created a limitation for our group as they had to outsource technical roles to other members of the class. This also reduced our production control and put more pressure on the remaining members. On screen, the discussion was confident and informed, and our strong use of examples enhanced our credibility. However, the couch layout and low lighting created a formal, almost interrogative tone that conflicted with our intended conversational style. This revealed to us the importance of scene presentation and how this directly shapes audience perception. The visible laptops reduced professionalism, and the lack of an opposing opinion also limited the critical depth. And a lack of visual inserts also weakened the context of the arguments. Now, these findings led us to discover the clear next steps, which were to refine our segment briefs to include precise visual direction, redesign the set layout for warmth, remove on-screen distractions, and attempt to include pre-recorded visual media to improve clarity. I also learned that effective collaboration depends not just on idea generation, but also on translating vision into production detail. By week 5, our collaboration declined, particularly in early ideation and overall participation. We initially struggled to generate ideas until I proposed a pop culture game show inspired by another group. Katie then refined this while working remotely into a 2000s Australia-themed quiz. I developed the segment brief while Katie created the slideshow. However, minimal input from the others in the group led to significant production challenges. With only Katie and I present at filming, we had to source external camera operators and game show participants, which exposed another lack of contingency and shared responsibility. So this week, my contribution mostly included initiating the concept, structuring and submitting the segment brief, and participating on camera. Now, while my involvement improved from week 3, I could have further supported production by assisting with the slideshow and hosting structure to reduce Katie's workload. Now, the final product was a clear improvement as the game show created a relaxed, engaging tone with smooth pacing and minimal awkward moments. The slideshow enhanced visual cohesion, and participant anecdotes between rounds added variety and authenticity. However, technical issues, particularly with uneven audio from poor mic placement, impacted clarity. So for example, during the game show, I had my mic positioned on the right side of my body, but as I was continually turning to my left to talk to Katie, who was hosting, the distance between the mic and where I was talking created a lack in the volume of my voice. This week, it was particularly evident that improving our communication would be essential to ensure equal contribution and preparedness. Technically, better mic placement and the addition of music and sound effects would strengthen the game show atmosphere and overall production quality. Now, unfortunately, despite what we learned in the week 5 production, our communication only declined further, with planning responsibilities largely falling to Katie. While she organised the interview and segment brief, the rest of the group, myself included, failed to actively contribute during pre-production. This highlighted our key issue that without clear communication, the responsibility defaulted to the most proactive member, creating an imbalanced workload. But a late turning point occurred before production, and we were able to discuss and assign our roles, allowing for a more coordinated production day. With all members present, technical responsibilities were shared effectively, and Katie's hosting of the interview with guest Erin demonstrated strong preparation and subject knowledge on her part. Now this week my role was operating camera 3, capturing close-up shots of Katie. Throughout the filming, I was actually able to experiment with the framing a bit to enhance visual engagement. I swapped between having Katie centered in the frame and having her slightly to the right of the shot when she was speaking directly to Erin. So this week my contribution was primarily technical rather than conceptual. The multi-camera setup and conversational couch layout created a professional, engaging product, with short variation maintaining audience focus. The strong rapport between both Katie and Erin also enhanced the authenticity and credibility of the production. So moving forward, our key improvements remain in integrating pre-recorded footage to support storytelling and establishing clearer communication to ensure balanced contribution. These findings will directly inform our approach to planning for the final project, particularly around visual context and collaborative structure. So across these productions, our ideas and on-screen delivery improved, however, our inconsistent communication limited the outcomes. In the future, we'll be sure to focus on clearer planning, stronger collaboration, and more dynamic visuals to create a more cohesive and polished final project. Thank you.